Let's bring in former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, and former White House press secretary and outnumbered co-host Kayleigh McEnany. We got to go ladies first.
Oh, I like it.
You know how chivalrous I am.
You are.
My mom raised me well. I saw my mom today. She's very upset. I didn't rub it in. Not going to predict anything. We don't do that here anymore.
She's a Kamala voter.
Of course she is. Ride or die Kamala Harris. But when you look at how things are now, Kamala's going door to door.
Yes, quite literally.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, I saw her pop up at some random person's house in Reading, Pennsylvania, and act like she was surprised, and the voter act surprised. Maybe they were, but I'm sure that was a heavily vetted interaction. No campaign would let her do that. Look, I think Donald Trump, there's no doubt, is in the best position he has ever been in. When you look at polls, he has a lead in 5 of the 7 battleground states, according to the Real Clear Politics average, all within the margin of error. Nate Cohn has affirmatively come out and said, we have every reason to believe that the polling bias against Trump has not been corrected over the last 4 years. And then when I look at the early vote, I just checked the new returns out of Pennsylvania. 412,000 is what the Democrats have now. Most analysts say they needed 415,000 to feel close, 420,000 to be comfortable. They are short of that. Anything can happen. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but I would rather have Trump's hand of cards tonight than Kamala Harris.
So would I, but we don't know about women. Women continue to surprise us, Speaker. They came out strong in 2022. I didn't see it coming. I don't usually see things coming when women are involved. But again, it's so unpredictable. There's a chance she could win. There's a chance he could win big.
Yes. Even though the polls are tight, something will break. And if someone breaks, someone can win big. Now, look, I talked to the president. He called me twice today. 7 o'clock this morning, very confident. You look at him up on stage, very comfortable. He calls me before he's landing into Pittsburgh, very confident in where he's going. That's not somebody worried about where it is. When you look at the gender vote, I went back because I'm concerned by it. I really am. But if you look at the gender vote today, based upon 2020, Biden was doing better in the gender vote than Kamala is doing right now. It's close, but he's doing better. And it's just what she was talking about. At this moment in time in Pennsylvania, Democrats were up 1 million votes on us in Pennsylvania. Now, I've said this from the very beginning. The one state I'm watching tomorrow night is Pennsylvania. If Trump wins that, it's over.
They have been working hard. They've been registering voters. They have a ground game. There's a lot of lawyers involved. And there's excitement. You can tell when you're bringing out all these new people for the first time. The campaign is saying people that have never voted before are actually voting early.
Yes, no doubt. So Michael Whatley said last week that he thought we would go into tomorrow with leads in North Carolina and in Arizona and in Georgia. Well, Michael Whatley, we can add Nevada to that list. All 4 states, Republican have leads in the early vote. 2 of those, Democrats had leads last time. And the big question, the huge question is, are we cannibalizing our vote? Are these just election day voters that won't show up tomorrow? Michael Whatley has said that he has seen polling that shows 20% of those are voters who didn't vote in 2020, and he believes they voted Republican. That is a very encouraging sign. Again, you never know. I remember landing in Grand Rapids in 2020 feeling very encouraged, so you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. And they do know a little bit, though, because you've seen turnout in the urban centers down.
Yes.
And as you said, she's performing under where Joe Biden was performing. So Democrats are relying on a huge election day wave tomorrow.
And that's what they usually lose.
That's what they usually lose.
What we were just talking about, that early vote, you can go see, and they call them 1 of 4 voters, meaning you only come out one time and under. In Nevada, like 23% are newly registered. You're watching, we are getting more people who were low propensity votes to vote early. That's really positive. The other thing you have to think about, in 2020, it's different. That was COVID. Remember, people were changing the election laws, just do what they want. They mailed everybody a ballot in Pennsylvania. And if you look, there are 300,000 Democrats who voted in that presidential election who've never voted again. And now the registration is even tighter. So you've watched Republicans do their job for the last 4 years and improve. Now, is it enough? That will be the question. And I don't think there's an undecided voter. And if you look at Kamala's campaign, remember when she went really ugly, said fascist Nazis? That was to gin up her base because her base wasn't turning out. So she had to do every shade she can. Said, Trump is evil. He's Hitler. You've got to turn out. And it hasn't materialized. You have Messina, you have Axelrod. They're all complaining right now.
And now she's closing with unity. after calling us
Right.
all fascists.
It went from joy to Hitler to
We
unity.
all believe that.
Trump closing with a different message, returning to the golden age. Let's listen to a soundbite.
My message to Americans tonight is simple. We do not have to live this way. We don't. We don't. And we won't. We won't. We do not have to settle for weakness, incompetence, decline, and decay. With your vote tomorrow, we can fix every single problem our country faces and lead America, and indeed the whole world, to new heights of glory. A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper, your paychecks will be higher, your streets will be safer and cleaner, your communities will be richer, and your future will be brighter than ever before. This will be the golden age of America.
That's a nice close, Kayleigh.
It is. Look, Jesse, we suburban women get a really bad rap as we're all going to show up and vote on abortion and for Kamala. What you just heard is what the women I exist around are going to be voting on. What you just heard. I encourage everyone, if you want a reminder of the golden age, go read the Wall Street Journal piece that popped days before the election when I was on Air Force One, the higher wages of growth. 2 times wage gains under Trump versus Obama. $4,379 in your pocket in 1 year in 2023. Read the piece, because the golden age is what women will be voting on.
And McCarthy started the golden age a little earlier than the rest of us. You should see how much he gets paid
Ooh,
for
that's harsh.
speeches.
But the best thing that Trump is doing is closing with, Kamala broke it, I'll fix it.
Yep.
That he is so good at, that is the slogan.
Great message to close out. All right. Good to see you two both.
Thanks, Jesse.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.